G'day legends, TJC Sports here. Welcome back to another NRL live stream reaction, another NRL Finals live stream reaction. Today we are reacting to our final semi-final of the year. It is the Sydney Roosters versus the Manly Warringah Sea Eagle Spikes. Should be legendary. Both these teams have had pretty decent seasons, all things considered. Shout out to Luke Brooks. Took him over a decade finally playing finals. He's never lost a finals game after winning last week, so good on him. 100% record. Never gonna lose, baby. Roosters are doomed at home. In all seriousness, though, legends, we should be in for an absolutely fire affair here with two high-on-form teams. Manly really had to fight last week, and the Roosters simply just went up against an almost unbeatable Penrith Panthers side. I'm losing my words. We're just opening up the stream, and I'm losing my words. I'm trying to think here. To be fair, the Roosters should win, and the Roosters should win well, but Manly Warringah, bro, they've come here to play. They've put out a pretty all right lineup here as we get ready, guys. How to add a scoreboard. You want to know how to add a scoreboard? Well, you go to Slipstream. I mean, not Slipstream. That's my copyright thing. StreamYard. You go to StreamYard, legend. Great streaming app. That's how I do it. I used to do it on a thing called OBS. Now I do it on StreamYard. Very optional. It's under banners, and I get to just do ++, type out my things that I want to have there, and there you go with your scoreline and your little thing going beneath. Believe it or not, guys, I'm not a technical genius. I just have great equipment for once. Woohoo! Here's to being a lucky soul, right? A lucky ducky in this incredible lifey. Darian Fox says, let's go Manly, let's go. Good. A bit of variety going on in the chat. It's good to see some going Roosters, some going Manly. Last night, it was all Cowboys, and we know how that ended, legends. So let's see who's going to have more people cheering for their team. Winner takes all. Liam Pritchard says, Roosters by 1. First try scorer, James Tedesco. James Tedesco in his 250th. Let's see it happen. Bulldog Season says, hey, hello, Bulldog Season. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Liverpool Bulldogs in New South Wales. You just told me the 3 teams that you should never support. Disgusting, Bulldog Season. The game tonight will be a cracker. Yes, it will be, Liam. It'll be a huge cracker here. If you want to give me a semi-final to watch, this is the one. Manly, I think, have the slightly better record in terms of semi-finals against these two teams, but the recent record goes to the Roosters here. I believe there was one game between these two that ended 4-0. That's how tight these games can be between these two teams. Daly Cherry Evans will be a key figure here for the Manly Warringah Seagulls. What can he do? Earlier in the season when these two teams played, it was actually a really tight affair at the end. Roosters did smash them overall in terms of most of the game, but Manly came back right towards the end. It really only was like a try that they won it. So, we could have something similar in this game, legends. What else? We have rival teams. We have rival teams in everything, legend. I support Manchester United, Queensland, and Parramatta. So I support all your rivals, buddy. All of them. Hey, Krishan says, hey, legend. Hello, Krishan. How you doing, man? We need to be on the game today. Yes, you do, Joshua, for your Manly Warringah Seagulls. I think that's who you said you support. You do need to be on your game today. You can't be switching off against the Sydney Roosters. That again, doesn't really matter. You're both probably going to lose to the Storm next week. Unless you pull off something brilliant. And you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing it. In my opinion, while in terms of rugby league quality, Storm and Panthers will be the better one of all the options we have left. Manly Roosters would be a lot funner for me. A lot funner. In fact, I thought Dogs would be fun even, but obviously they're out now, so now I've got to look at what's next, legends. Evening, legends, says Jason Marita. Evening, mate. Up the Roosters, up the Roost guy. Yo, says NRL Bears. Yo, legend. A yo out of here. The favorite NBA and NFL team. Not really, legend. I think my grandpa liked the Green Bay Packers. Krishan says, I am great. I'm having a happy today. You're having a happy day. Hooray for the happy days, legends. It is night, though, so I hope you're having a happy night too, mate. Let's go. Party in the house, party at my place. Figure it out, legends. Up the chooks. I'm going for Jason. You're going for the Roosters today, legend. I'm going for the Roosters too. I can't go for Manly. Physically, I can just not go for Manly, legends. Like, it's impossible with the North's connection and the Parramatta rivalry and just everything. I cannot physically support Manly in any game, but I can watch a game with them in it. That's something, right, legends? Growing up is realising you got to watch teams you hate. Legend, I'm a Roosters fan tonight. Good for you. Hopefully Tom does a masterclass today. Hopefully every player has a masterclass, because there's nothing better than when rugby league gives you a show. I hate it when you have 24-0 at halftime results. Cough, cough. Yesterday, cough, cough. Cowboys. What the heck, guys? Manly will turn to shambles today. Roosters 48. Come on, Bulldog season. You're being a little bit harsh on them. They're not that bad. They're not that bad, legends. I mean, they're in a semi-final after all. They whooped my team. And that's saying something. My team are the champions of the Spoon Bowl, or the runners-up, depending on how you want to look at it. Please shut down Turbo. Well, that's going to be the big thing, right? So Cherry Evans and Turbo, for me, are the big watchers for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. Sydney Roosters, of course, there's James Tedesco. No Sam Walker. Sandon Smith, I believe, is in that position. And Luke Keary there. In fact, there's quite a few players where this could be their last game for the Roosters. I don't think Manly, but Roosters, there's a couple. There's Joseph Suaalii. There's Joseph Manu. Couple Josephs. There's Jared Hargreaves. There's good old JWH. Rough as tough. Horrible to watch on the field because he just beats the crap out of every opponent. But top bloke to meet. Gosh, my mind blanks. Oh, I know there's Luke Keary's. I think I said it, but he's having his last game potentially. Legends. There's a few. Sitili Tupanua, who's going to the Bulldogs. Legend. Good for you, bro. Good for you. D-City does a hamstring, Turbo shoulder is done again, and Cooler breaks his ankle. Well, yeah. Well, that's a grim view of it all, Legend. I hope you're not hoping for it. You don't want to wish injury on anyone. I'm not going to turn around now just because I'm pissed at them and go, I hope you break your ankles. Not exactly the most friendly thing, eh, Legends? Not exactly the most happy kind of moods to put someone in. On the poll right now, 56% of you have gone with the Roosters to win, 44% Manly. Doesn't really shock me. I mean, the Roosters are at home here. You know what the Roosters and Manly are doing? I'll give credit, shout out to both teams here. They're showing Sharks and Cowboys how to sell out a semi-final. Because what was that attendance last night? That was absolutely horrific. I think I've seen better attendance at children's birthday parties than I have at that semi-final. Ridiculous. If Manly win, I'm going to celebrate. Of course you're going to celebrate, Legend. It's your team, mate. You gotta. If you don't celebrate when your team wins, then you don't really support your team. Turbo to be down. Okay. Legend, my first try scorer is Teddy Peaches. Teddy Peaches. Teddy Tedesco, mate. Teddy Peaches. I haven't heard that in a while as a nickname. Is that in relation to the pants always getting pulled down? Teddy Peaches, all right. Even Bulldogs got a better attendance on a Thursday night. Exactly. Even the Bulldogs, and they're the worst, Legend. They're the absolute worst. That tells you all you need to know about them, mate. Anyway, it's not long till this game kicks off, about 5 minutes, so let's get on with the lineups here. For the Sydney Roosters, we have James Tedesco lining up at fullback with Daniel Tupou and Dom Young on the wings. The centres are Joseph Manu and Joseph Suaalii, with Luke Keary and Sandon Smith in the halves. Jared Hargreaves and Lindsay Collins are your props, with Connor Watson at 9. Angus Crichton and Sitili Tupanua in the second row. Angus Crichton possibly in career best form, with the interchange being Nafua White at lock. Sorry, Nafua, forgot about you. And the interchange is Sua Wong, Spencer Leniu, Nat Butcher, and Terrell May. 18th man is Zach Docker-Clay. As for the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, who's going to play for them? Tommy Trebojevic at fullback, with Tommy Talau and Lehi Hopewati on the wings, Ruben Garrick and Tolotau Cooler in the centres, Luke Brooks and Cherry Evans in the halves. Tanila Paseka and Matthew Lodge, a former Rooster, at prop, with Lachlan Croker at 9. Ola Kawatu and Carl Lawton in the second row. And at lock, Jake Trebojevic. Ben Trebojevic, Josh Elliott, Ethan Billamore, and Nathan Brown are our interchange. Clayton Falalo is your 18th man for the Manly Warringah Seagulls, legends. Two decent teams here. Personally, I'd say that the Roosters win in terms of my preference for who I'd want in my forward pack, but Ola Kawatu could easily be considered better. I would easily swap Tupanua and Ola Kawatu around. He's a top second rower there for Manly. Backs, I guess it's up for debate. I still would probably overall go with the Roosters, but man, there's a good argument for some of these backs for Manly. For me, I would say that Roosters are deserving favourites in this one. To say that they aren't would be silly with them finishing in the top four and Manly just about making finals. Anyways, what have you legends been saying while I've been looking down? I looked down for 2 seconds and there's like 30 comments. Good day, I won't be here for the rest of it. All good, legend. Good day. Welcome to the stream. Go the Chooks. Go Chooks. Tyler, are you going to the footy tomorrow? Going to the footy tomorrow? Yes, I am, Liam. I'll see you there. Let's go, girls. Up the hills. Manly will belt them all. Dang right, legend. Let's see it happen. Roosters or Manly? Crichton is now Boldy. He is a Boldy, Crichton, but he's also a classy player. Boldy but classy, we can say. It could be half of Roosters' team last game for them today. Exactly. Well, I could name at least like 5 or 6 players where it could be their final game after this. Just rumours alone with everything going on. Forget Rooster Sombrero. They've got a lot going on changing in the off-season. Grant Atkins is the ref for tonight's game, and he'll probably do a good job, legend. I can't be the only one in somewhere not Australia. You could. Yeah, I don't think you'd be the only one, legend. I mean, 45% of my audience is New Zealand. So, I mean, you wouldn't be of the odd variety to not be in Australia, legend. I've also got like 14% that are PNG, Samoa, and all that. So, all around legend. Up the All Blacks, says Mel. Point example right there. Good on you, Mel. Congratulations to the All Blacks. Coil Strike says Roosters will win. All right, great random typing on your keyboard. Let's see if I can replicate that. And that is how you randomly type Coil Strike. There you go. You. Oh, yeah, the All Blacks. I was at that game today. You were a legend. How was it? How was the atmosphere? All right, there. I'm going great. Rugby league history, all things considered. Happy that my our team season, New Support Power 2, is over. Was quite an awful year. I was happy to be loyal, and I still will always love my team, but it's good to get a break now from the constant being reminded how bad we are. We move on to next season and hope to be just that little bit improved, and maybe, just maybe, in one of these spots. Semi-final, please. We were never good at winning semi-finals, but still. Be nice to get to those days again. North Sydney are in the New South Wales Cup grand final. They're in the New South Wales grand final. That's something, legend. That's something. Remember, the Bears aren't my team. I do have a fondness for the Bears because of my mother, and I will probably watch that, but Para will always come first, legend. No, you are not, Aussie. Dang right, Mel. Dang right, you're not. The All Blacks. I'm starting to notice a lot aren't Aussie. Perfect, TJC. Perfect, Coil Strike. We're both perfect. It was a nice, close game. Pretty good experience. That's good to hear, legend. Nothing like a great experience. I had a decent few of them while vlogging this year. You'd actually probably be surprised, legends, all things considered. I mean, I won't say that the results were great, but I'd say that the enjoyment I got out of them were pretty good. But that was also just down to me being able to make the most of an bad, awful situation with our team. The exact opposite of most people that live in my area with the Penrith Panthers. Very different years. Anyways, legends, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, ding, ding. The first half of our final semi-final game is underway, legends. How many times will I say final today? We'll find out. Probably a lot. I'd be surprised if it doesn't hit the double digits. Oh! Immediately we're stopping the play. Are you kidding me? Cooler. Looks like Brooks keeping him up here. Looks a little bit dazed. What happened there? You just kicked off, man. Like, what the... Let's watch. Tackle. Oh, well, his own player's kind of pushed him down on his back. It's nothing to do. Oh, that's his fault. He's run into him, and the JWH has gone out of my way. Absolutely bashed him down, folks. There you go. There you go, legends. Well, actually, legend, if we go to your comment here, you said that it would be Cooler's ankle. Joke's on you, it was his shoulder that got hurt, so not completely correct. The bunker says no try for your decision there. All right, JWH legends to play the ball here for the Sydney Roosters on the second tackle. We're 13 seconds in, and we've already had like a minute of issue. Classic finals, I say. All right, and the Roosters. And are you kidding me? Can we not just have one play that's normal? Jake Trbojevic now. Looks like he wants to throw up. Ridiculous. No, I messed up Turbo and Cooler. No. You didn't correct me at the time, legend. Didn't correct me at the time. Is there a problem with Manly's fitness here? Because every tackle, pretty much, that they've played now, a player's gotten injured in the first 20 seconds. Cooler or Koala? I say Koala, legend. It will be a replay of the 1943 Grand Final Sydney vs Newtown, two of my favourite teams. Oh, it's a classic, right? Rugby league history should be a great watch. I physically can't chant it, but guys, there you go for you to chant, Manly fans. In the chat right there. If Manly wins, I'll give my grand final tickets away. I don't know, legend. You really want to make a promise like that? I think Manly have a shot, but they're not putting it on right now. It's a jinx, guys. You are a jinx, legend. I won't even try to give you happiness there. You're a jinx. Big old jinx. Jinxer. Only went up one view in the last minute. You're a huge jinx. Sydney Roosters here. Angus Crichton offloads to Joseph Suaalii. Joseph Suaalii starting off big. Goes to the 20 here. Obviously off to play for the Wallabies next year. He's getting a huge payload. Though, you know, it's not often that I say players are getting a lot more money when they're playing for the Roosters with that salary sombrero, but he's found a way. Must have one of the best agents I've ever seen. Back over Connor Watson. Luke Keary will clear it on fifth. They've gained 31 metres here and taken down two Manly players in one set. Roosters now rushing forward here and they'll tackle the Manly players down. Mamu Spaghetti. Unfortunately, there'll be no Mamu Spaghetti, Mel, because he plays for the Bunnies and the Bunnies are out. Oh! Zooming through there. The Roosters defence like a cloud to a plane. We then go back to Paseka here. Paseka only taking a second to rush through there. Gains a good bit of momentum. 45 out from the Roosters defensive try line. Third tackle, then we have Cherry Evans going back to Nathan Brown. Round he goes back to the defence there. Gets onto the Telstra sign. And then we go to Nathan Brown. Back to Brooks. To Tommy Turbo. Grab him by the legs there. Something that I could see them targeting tonight with the fact it's been a bit of a sensitive area for him. And oh! Who was he passing to? Someone in the crowd maybe. Awful stuff there. And the Roosters will get the ball back. The Manly Warringah Seagulls had the opportunity to make something happen, but maybe they were just rushing it a little too quickly there. Nobody in the position to take the pass. It felt like a set play that was a player down. Manly now back on the defence here. Roosters charging through here. And Joseph Suaalii put on his back there. Legend, what's up with all the Manly HIA? I guess they're just not fit, Legend. Either that or Roosters have come to play. Doesn't really matter to me, though. Well, just wanted to hear you say it. What, you just love it, Mamu Spaghetti. Well, I wasn't going to try and say Mamazule every single time because I knew I was going to mess that up eventually. And then we'll have an issue with people. Go on, say it, Whopper. No, why it matters. Okay, Whopper. There you go. I've just said it, Whopper. Saying random words for the sake of it. All right, Roosters here, guys. Penalty, 40-metre line now. Sandon Smith filling in for Sam Walker will tap the ball in here, and it will go over to his supporting forward, JWH, who goes down. Mel Manu is spaghetti. You reckon Manu? We could do that. We could do Manu spaghetti, Legends. Not Mamu, Manu. Luke Keary then back through. Angus Crichton in career best form pushes through. And Daly Cherry Evans, the man to save the day, the Queensland hero. Luke Keary to Sandon Smith. I'd take a tackle. There could be obstructions if he goes down the right there. And held down. Last year of the year award. Who knows, Legend? Who knows? It would be nice to finally get something, but hey, whatever happens, happens. Vote, Legends. Legend, I got nicknames for Teddy. I think a lot of people have nicknames for Teddy. Good high kick in the air, almost caught it. He does catch it, but he ends up being held there. Joseph Sully, Legends, and it will go back to Manly. Roosters, so far, showing to be the better team of the two. Doesn't mean anything, though, when you consider last semi-final, Cronulla Sharks 24-0 up, and they still struggled to win. So, at 0-0, even a high-intensity pressure from the Roosters could mean nothing. Oh! I felt that one. Right into the chest there. Matt Lodge goes down. Luke Brooks now dummying a little and charging on over past Sandon Smith was Tommy Talau, the former West Tiger. Tommy Turbo then. It's Tommy to Tommy. I can't escape the Tommies. Tackled. Bring on the Tommies, and then it's Nathan Brown there. Finally, a break from them all. Too many Legends. Too many to count right now. Jelly, Terry Evans now. Back to Turbo. This could be what they were asking for. Then we have a kick. Is he onside? That's the question. It won't matter. Tedesco will collect anyways. James Tedesco now looking to go around them all. James Tedesco caught out. Let me hear you. No, never. Never, Jigs Dogs. You'll never see me going for those filthy blue. I'll say blue because I don't even want to say what you want me to say. Tipping the ref to just see, but I want Manly Sea Eagles to win. Okay, Legend. Well, that's the best, most neutral. You're kind of representing your name there, neutralizer, by saying you want to tip the ref. But, I can't say I want Manly to win. I'd probably much rather Roosters win, but if Manly win, I'm not really heartbroken by it. High kick in the air. Roosters, 10 metres in. Dom Young, was it backwards or just a knock on? Oh my goodness me, that is some of the worst collecting I've ever seen. Is it play on? No, they're going to call it back here. If that was play on, that would have been ridiculous. Oh, that's a rough tackle. But that's finals for you, Legends. Just the sheer impact to push the player over and keep him back on the ground. Nothing quite screams finals like a hard hit like that. The Roosters cooking up something here, holding back the Manly Warringah Seagulls. Remember, Legends battled the Birds here. Big one. Matt Lodge there, trying to lodge forward here. There was a lot of talk about Matt Lodge heading into this game. Would he fall under the pressure of playing his former team? Or would he rise, have a bit of a grudge, a point to prove? Bit early in the game to say whether either are correct, but we'll find out. A good high kick there, and James Tedesco will collect. Tedesco playing his 250th right now, Legends. Former West Tiger. I wonder if the Tigers will give him any congratulations like they did their former player Luke Brooks, who's playing for Manly. Sandon Smith. Tedesco, dummies round here, but James Tedesco, remembering he's not a prop, absolutely falls under the big islander. Then we have Radley. Victor Radley, the inflictor himself. Hopefully he doesn't get a sin bin. Did someone say KFC, Evening Legends? I don't care. I love it. Connor Watson now. What's up, son? High kick in the air. Manly Warringah Seagulls. Really simple catch there. It's kind of just going back and forth right now. Nothing too special between them. By this point, Cronulla Sharks were up by like 12. So come on, what the heck's going on, boys? Get back right up into it. Roosters get them down. I'm expecting a much more tight game than the last one. While the last one got interesting towards the end, and that was more so down to Cronulla just not handling that second half at all the way they should have. I don't know where I was going with that. I still think this game's going to be a lot better, I guess. On to the 30 now. Manly, short pass. Background held. The Sydney Roosters get him down, legends. Land bird versus flying bird. Don't know what you mean, legends. If a rooster believes, they can fly. In fact, who's to say what happens? No rooster can tell you what happens when they get their head cut off. No rooster can tell you. Maybe they are flying. I mean, they're flapping their bird wings a lot. So there you go. There you go. Chicken wings we all eat. Maybe what are we trying to stop them from doing? Flying. Tipped the Chooks, says William Hunt. I tipped the Chookies too, but I could easily be 0 out of 2 because I'm not so confident. I think Manly have a shot in this, but right now Roosters have simply been the better team, and it shows you really Roosters are a top 3 team in terms of longevity. They're the team right behind the Storm and the Panthers in that aspect, and they were ahead of the Panthers for some time. Roosters, a thundering kick in the air here, and it's bouncing, and it's out of play. Nobody touched it, though, so it'll be the Manly Warringah Seagulls ball. Luke Keary here just talking around with his teammates. Let's watch this again. Yeah, and it just bounces over the sideline. If that had bounced straight, that would have been just messed up. That would have been messed up for Manly because the winger there, Daniel Tupou, is right on it. In the end, though, shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? We can only see what's actually happened. What ifs? No use dwelling on them. Ben Trebojevic. We have Lachlan Croker going over to the left here. Manly push themselves and Roosters will get him down good there. Croker them. Over to Nathan Brown. Nathan Brown with the short pass, and it's lost by Manly. The Roosters end up with it. JWH, terrible error, and the referee will actually step in here, and he's pointing in the right, so that means Manly's ball, from what I understand. Let's watch. Are they going to say stripped, maybe? With 2 in the tackle. That would be a penalty if that was the case. No, we're going to go with scrum. Isn't a knock on them. Referee, not pointing in the right direction, but okay, there we go. The referee messing with my brain with his decisions. Okay, legends, here we go. Just flat out knock on. Roosters get to run with it on the 30 now. Sydney Roosters. Satili Tupanua held. Connor Watson back over to JWH and up. If he went any faster, he was going to land on his head there. Connor Watson. Missing the service of Brandon Smith. I would say if Brandon Smith didn't run so much. Obviously, quite a fefew players out for the Sydney Roosters, but even then, that just shows you their sombrero with how good their not full-strength team is. Connor Watson then, Tedesco, and it's an easy try for Victor the Inflictor. Instead of inflicting damage on his own team with a sin bin, he inflicts damage on the defence. Random South Band and Roosters supports galore. The birds of the land are making the birds of the sky fall to the sand. And that was too easy. A knife through butter. Wobbly like jelly. He slipped through so easily. Faster than a bar of soap. that's just not good enough in finals. And the Sydney Roosters will claim our first try of the night here. The Inflictor has done it again. If he played majority of his games out, he would be a high top scorer, legends. Whoop. I want to show that. I don't want to hide that and show that. That's the easy part of misclicking on this thing, legends. Luckily, the end stream thing requires a double click, so I haven't made that mistake yet. Legends. Remember that. I'm a bit of a klutz. It's said all year, 2020 Grand Final rematch, Storm vs Panthers. It is likely, legend, that it's Storm vs Panthers, but don't count anyone out yet. Who knows? Maybe the Roosters will beat the Storm. I think they've got a better chance than Manly. Maybe the Roosters can make that grand final. Either way, I feel like it's going to be a lot tighter if it's Storm Panthers. I think Panthers should quite comfortably win the grand final if they take on the Roosters again. However, as we said last night many times, no game is decided before the kickoff and the end of the game. 80 minutes you play for. You can't play for 40, you can't play for 20, you can't play for 10, you can't play for 75. You've got to play for 80. Especially in finals where the teams are always going at their hearts. It is sudden death for everyone here, okay? This is what some of these players have been working their entire lives for. So they're going to go out there and give everything they can for that club, for their badge, whatever they represent. Whether it's the Manly colours, I guess, or the red and white and blue of the Roosters, or the purple of the Storm, or anything, legends. Angus Crichton here flips his way through. Held. Gets a 4-peat coming. The Panthers got the 4-peat coming. It's not guaranteed, Krishan, the 4-peat. It's not guaranteed, though it's really likely. Let's go Roosters. Yep, legend. Let's go the Roosters. And Collins there. Every tackle, man. Every tackle, somebody's getting hurt. Nobody's comfortable. And they get themselves a penalty here, and now they're on the halfway line. Luke Keary to JWH. JWH runs in, legends here, and JWH held. Let's get him pushed on teachers. TJC. Legend. I agree with you that they both will be in the grand final. Absolutely, I agree. Panthers and Storm will be in the grand final, but there's no reason to disrespect the Roosters or Manly and say there's zero chance. I mean, I'll defend people who say Cronulla have no chance. Cronulla, quite literally, that was their first finals win in a very long time. Like, they were being called the Tigers of the finals. Like, I'm not really questioning the doubt Cronulla's not going to beat Panthers, but people are very quick to forget that the Roosters and the Storm have had some very good games in the past, all right? The Roosters, if there's a team that they love to play on the high stage, it is the Storm. I wouldn't be saying it's a snooze fest. I'd say it'd be a really tight, exciting game, whoever wins it. Probably the Storm, but I'd say it's going to be an all right game if it's the Roosters and the Storm, and I definitely wouldn't write off the possibility of Storm losing that final. Will they lose it? 99.9% sure that they won't, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to at least respect them enough to let them play the game with a hope that it happens. Turbo past HIA. Well, that's good to hear, legend. Tommy Turbo back in. Roosters here. Daniel Tupou runs on in, and Daniel Tupou is held back. Connor Watson then over to the right with the Inflictor. Inflictor goes to JWH. JWH then pushes through here, and the JWH put back onto him. And the ref steps in with a penalty here. I was going to say he was flipped a little bit close on his head there. And we have ourselves one. Let's go. Yeah, Jake Trbojevic. There ain't no way he meant it, though, Jakey. One of the nicest blokes in rugby league. I still remember the story the Roosters, I think it was, told about his apology. Every single tackle he made in his first ever game, he was apologising to every player he tackled. All right, Angus Crichton here. Around. No hair, but plenty of skill. Cherry Evans gets him. Watson to the right, down the middle. Luke Keary passing backwards. JWH there through, legends, and JWH and kept back onto the 30 here. Watson to Luke Keary. Luke Keary to Tedesco. To Joseph Suaalii. Surely Suaalii caught by Daly Cherry Evans there, legends. Back over to the middle then. Keary. Radley. And it's an error! Manly running Tommy Turbo! And if Turbo was just that bit faster, he could have been away there. Roosters with a get out of jail free card there. They've skipped it on their roll of the dice of Monopoly here. But they've been charged with the red because it's a penalty. Manly Warringah Sea Eagles to take. Yes, well, it's not a full straight. Well, we've got the player ruled out, like I said. Entitled to your opinion, legend, but you got to respect others. William Hunt says each player is right that they deserve to be on the field regardless. Exactly, William Hunt. Exactly right. Perfect comment, legend. Perfect comment. Now onto the halfway line here, legends. Ben Trbojevic taps Cherry passing back. Nathan Brown runs through. Now, he was there in the second half, and it was actually a pretty good second half. The Cowboys nearly came back and did a good job, legend. It was actually a good reward for the loyal Cowboys fans that stuck around to watch that second half. The Roosters hold down Manly there on the 30 here. We have Croker passing to the left. Jake Trbojevic. Jake Trbojevic over to second rower. Held back there. He almost loses the ball, but not quite. He doesn't have the butterfingers. Luke Brooks with the pass, the former Tiger, to Olakuatu, a former New South Wales Blue. And held by another one, Mr. 7 minutes, Joseph Suaalii sent off. Roosters then around and caught by Ben! And Ben loses it. Was it backwards? It could be a try for Croker if they decide that that was a backwards pass. I think that it's not, but we'll see what the bunker has to say about this, legends. I couldn't make it the first half. I was shooked. God, that first half would have been painful, William. I can only imagine. But you got to remember, mate, you know, if you sit through those... You can't truly say that you've been there through thick and thin if you haven't been there through thick and thin. Thick and thin is the good and the bad. It's just how it is. It's not fair, but it's just the truth. Just taking a look here, and yeah, just as expected, no try, legends. Manly Warringah Sea Eagles, they were so hopeful to bounce back here right there, but it just wasn't meant to be. All right, the Roosters currently have all the houses in this board game, and Manly are going to look to come back, hopefully by winning the jackpot in the middle. No spoon for power. I'm just looking at some of these old things I used to have up. No spoon for power. Well, that ended up being true, but not what I wanted it to be. That was so much of two. Let's see. No try. Yep, no try, Jason. All right, James Tedesco here. Tedesco held down now. We then have Watson going to the inflictor. Inflicted to Satuli Tupanua here. Tupanua trying to go through. Tupanua, mate, off to the doggies next year. Going to be a decent forward pack signing for him. Luke Keary then, Angus Crichton back to Keary, but Luke Keary couldn't get any meters and they lose out in that play here. Cooler for the Manly Warringah Eagles folds over, and now we're going to have a kick in the air from the Roosters. Ends up on the 10 here, and then they're going to run with it, legends. Don't really care about the Kia boys. Who are you a supporter of, legend? Who are you a supporter of? Manly here. On the first, 20, 30, caught there, 2030, that's quite a few years away. Back round and, oh, what was that? That's got to be over 20 metres from him. Cool. Brilliant. Brilliant. Tommy Talau makes me go, wow. Back to Cherry. Cherry Evans kicks in the air, it's low, he wants a bounce on it, but Tedesco reads it perfectly. James Tedesco held by the legs there and put on the ground post. Welcome to the TJC Halftime Show. Not yet, legend. Not yet. You still got to wait a bit. You still got to wait a bit for that halftime. About 19 minutes you got to wait till we're even at halftime, legend. Yeah, to each their own. To each their own, mate. All right, Watson. To the right now, Sandon Smith. Joey Mardu. Joey Mardu passes back. Sandon Smith again. Building the castles. Building the castles here. And then Lawton holds him down. We go back to Joey Mardu again. Joey Mardu is going alone pretty much. I don't think any other Rooster has to be on the field right now. He doesn't care. And Angus Crichton. They were away if that wasn't Cherry Evans. Gun run now. Backwards, off the Roosters. Over to Smith. Smith kicks low. Crichton chases. And Tommy Turbo's got to try and get out of the goal. He's gonna run down the right now. And he's going to get caught on the 10, legends. A good run there. He manages to save his team from what would have been a whole load of pressure. She's probably for a bit, possibly in the future, Jinx Dogs. Possibly in the future. Don't rule it out, especially with this off-season. Look at Turbo's run, says William Hunt. Turbo's a big old huge run. Turbo, the silly boy. Nathan Brown here to Aloye. Josh Aloye there. Runs through. Aloye held. And then we got Nathan Brown going, so he was lost speed there, is making good plays. Exactly. Tommy Turbo doesn't have the speed he once had, but he's definitely making some good efforts in the attack for the Manly Warringah Seagulls in his own way. Not the way that he used to, but still quite entertaining to watch. Though that wasn't a very entertaining kick to watch from Daly Cherry Evans there. No cherry in that. I rate it 0 out of 10. Going back to the Roosters now. What are we looking at here? Angus Crichton. Well, that was... Oh, Jesus Christ. How you stand up still on your 2 feet after that bloke comes running into your legs like that is beyond me. And that is what a rugby league player is. The endurance these guys have is on a whole other level, legends. There we go. Back round here, the Roosters. Oh, breaking through! And Tommy Turbo, the last line, saving the day. Then we have Terrell May, who's now on the field, going to Sandon Smith here, and the ball is missed there, collected by Dom Young after a few metres lost there, legends. Back around here, and it then ends up going down on the 25. Keary. Not to be confused with Cleary. Honestly, that would be a fun matchup in the grand final. Keary versus Cleary. Luke Keary now around here. Pushes onto the 10. Almost broke through completely, but couldn't quite in the end here. And then it goes to Terrell May there. And Terrell May then gets held at, legends. Watson now. And the referee steps in here, and he's going to rule a penalty for the Roosters. Onikuatu just not listening there, legends. Connor Watson already looking like he's played 80. All right, the referee having a talk with Cherry. I guess you could consider that a bit of a warning. If he does it too many times again, he's in trouble. He's in danger. Now, with it being 6-0, do you go for the kick or do you want to keep that momentum up and go for the try with a full 6-tackle set, legends? What do you think? Personally, I'd back myself in the finals for a try. You know, when you're coming at them like that and you've got the momentum, and the Manly are really just trying to do anything. They haven't truly, in my opinion, had an opportunity that looks like they had to score yet. Surely not, legends. This game. To each their own, legend. I find this game quite entertaining right now. Quite tight. The tight games are the exciting ones, legends. The big gaps where it's 24-0 or something are the real boring ones. This is a much better half than last night's half, legends. Cronulla Sharks really made that a snooze fest against the Cowboys. 8-0 now on the board coming up. I'm just going to say it now because he's not missing this. There you go. I would have looked like the biggest idiot if he somehow managed to hit the post or something there. And there you have it, 8-0 to the Sydney Roosters. I would have backed myself there, but good on him, I guess. It means that if Manly score next, they still cannot take the lead. And I guess that's what you want, right? Safety, legends, safety in numbers. They always do say that. Look at Turbo's run, mate. Turbo loves a good run. We'll play a bit of rugby league in the off-season, legend. In the off-season. The good old off-season. I can't wait for the off-season. Lot less to do. Lot less to do. Lot less stress. Love what I do, but a lot less to have to, well, a lot less to have to do when we get with the season done. All right, kicking off again, legends at 8-0. It ends up with Dom Young here. He runs, he passes it to Spencer Leniu, and Leniu goes charging in there. Put a horn on him, and you can't tell the difference between him and a rhino. Ridiculous. Absolutely pushes at it. It's like a bull to the red. And then now we have Connor Watson passing up here, and it goes to Terrell May here. Terrell may go forward, and then goes Watson again. Watson to Victor the Inflictor, inflicting damage into that defence, and Victor the Inflictor held 40 metres in. We have Angus Christ and Nakiri to Suali. He goes, and he gets past the halfway line. Mr. 7-minute set-off is okay. Now Cleary it in the air. It goes over to the 10, and Tommy Turbo manages to collect, but there ain't no turbo charge on him as he's put down 15 out here. Not wonderful meters. Roosters trying to read them well here. It's almost a breakaway, but they're not going to let it happen again, legends. Too many soft plays earlier in this game. Roosters just pushing forward. What I'm looking at here is just one team that's just kept their composure, legends. It's not about either team who's played better. It's just about which team has made that one little less error. One simple defensive mistake is all it's taken for the Manly Warringah Eagles to fall down here. So, I'm going pretty good, Nards. How you going, legend? Hope you're okay. Let's enjoy this stream, bro. A high kick in here from Manly, goes over to the right, and it ends up with Daniel Tupou. Tupou goes, and Josh Allier will tackle him there. We then have Luke Keary going to James Tedesco. James Tedesco then putting his legs around here. James Tedesco, he loves to do a bit of that step, push about, squeeze it through the gaps that no one could imagine. He's like a little rat. He's like a little rat throughout the store. Then we got Watson here. Watson around. Funnily enough, I bet some Tigers fans would call him a rat. Pass then Tedesco. James Tedesco, the teddy bear. Off to Sandon Smith. Sandon Smith then. Sandon Smith gets them by the halfway line here, and Sandon Smith is put down on the ground here. Then we got a pass from Marty, and Keary now clears it in the air over to the right. And 15 metres out, it's collected by Tommy Turbo there. Tommy Turbo will push and make it to the 20. Just a little bit better than his last play. The Roosters aren't letting them gain any metres right now. Hard to see this being an extremely high-scoring game in the second half. It can't happen in the first half, really, but hard to see it in general happening unless something heavily changes between these two teams come the end of the halftime siren. Manly Warringah here goes on past. Very loud crowd in the background there, and they're showing how to sell out. Turbo. Decola, and oh! Quick one there. Background, Leahy Hopewadi hops and gets held. Cherry Evans now with no pressure. Kicks it in the air. And with no pressure again, James Tedesco, legends. You got to be putting that pressure if you want to force the errors, legends. You can't just kick and hope. Sometimes a player's own doubts can go to your advantage, but It doesn't happen as often as you'd want it to. Tupou now, who should be a Parramatta player and Roosters' all-time try scorer, there takes the tackle. Then Dom Young now taking a hit. We go to Sandon Smith, to Joey Manu. Terrell May juggles the ball, but he still gets it despite his struggles. Connor Watson, Keary, Angus Crichton. Crichton through here, and Angus Crichton held. Daly Cherry Evans with a lot of involvement in today's game. And breakthrough, James Tedesco, Daniel Tupou, back to Tedesco, and we have a try. The former West Tiger, current Rooster, on his 250th, has done it again. Simply one of the best in our game. James Tedesco, two-time premiership winner, every time champion. And through some absolute team brilliance with a bit of individuality, he flies on over. Classy from Teddy. I could not agree more, William Hunt. Legend, this game is so interesting. Darn right it is. Darn right it is. A try and an assist. He's been on fire tonight, Mr. James Tedesco. And we have a 12-0 scoreline with a kick to come. Teddy Peaches, Teddy Bear, Teddy Tedesco, Teddy Rat, Teddy Chook, Teddy the Capty, whatever you want to call him. He rocks it all so well. And the Manly fans will feel a little let down with how this game has gone so far. To be fair, though, they can't feel worse than the Cowboys fans felt by this point. You know, at least there's got to be a little hope here from Manly compared to them. I mean, if I had to pick which side I'd want to be on, which side I'd be supporting based on these two teams that will be trailing at halftime, I would definitely go I'd rather be the Manly fan. Former Sydney Rooster there, Boyd Cordner as a trainer helping out Tedesco. Ex-teammates won many premierships together. Now we're just waiting on the kick from the Choops. Less than 10 minutes to go in this first half here. And the Roosters have shown why Allianz is their home. Joseph Sully here from the sideline. Thunders the kick. And nails it here. The Sydney Roosters, the Bondi Wall has risen 10-250. Joseph Sully with the golden touch, which was just a bit much for Manly. 14-0. Can we get 20 before halftime, folks? They've got 8 minutes. Make it happen. Give us an interesting time. Make it happen. Come on. Honestly, so relieved. I'm so tired that, like, it's just good to know that I only got to do one game every day. That's so much better. So much better than doing, like, 3. Oh, I hated doing 3 in a day. That was always some of the worst. I got to do it next year all over again, though. 15 metres from the Roosters here. Dom Young then rushes forward here, and Dom Young is held. We then have Connor Watson going over to the left here, and Terrell May run through legends. Terrell May held by Jake Trebojevic there. Connor Watson, Roosters, doesn't look like they're going to have a good set here. Held, final tackle coming up now, and they're going to run it? Oh no, they called fifth tackle a little early on the channel screen here, and now Luke Keary's going to clear the ball, legends. Now over to the far left here, Tommy Talau. Talau now just looking for the space to make the best run possible, and he trips over, legends. Somebody didn't do their laces right this morning. Burbo now, around. Turbo, Gerbo, Burbo. Will any of them score? Now we have Garrick. Would you dare Barrack for him to do anything? Back round to the 40. and Bullimore, former Bronco, and absolute unit there held. Brooks to Turbo to Burbo. Burbo caught on the 40 here, putting his arm up for a potential appeal for the neck, but nah. And Luke Brooks will now clear it in the air, legends. Over to the left here, and always confident under pressure, James Tedesco will get it. 5 minutes left in the first half, legends. Glad to hear it, legends. Zach Lomax is going to be great for power. What's your Man Monday plans, legends? What's my Man Monday plans? Enjoy rest. Enjoy rest, legend. It's a Monday. I don't really care. Good on the boys, I say. Enjoy their Mad Monday. Great thing going around, but I don't really. I'll just be happy not to have to do much. Always takes a lot out of me with my autism doing things constantly. Like once I'm done with what I do, I am just knocked out. I do my volunteer work, I do my work, but like I get knocked out after. All right, Terrell May now offloads here to Sandon Smith now. Sandon Smith runs through. Oh my goodness, it was too easy. They're gonna hit 20 in this half. You wouldn't have expected this, and this might just be as bad as Cronulla again. It must be a rule that you must hit 20 in the first half in 2024 or you're not playing a semi. Ridiculous. They must share a trader. Where is Craig Fitzgibbon, the Sharks coach? He must be there or something. Ridiculous. Sydney Roosters will hit 20 in a second. It may only be 18, but there ain't no way, again, they're missing a kick from right in front in finals. This is absolute madness, and Sandon Smith with the individual brilliance to make even the best of halfbacks shaking their boots. The envy of the minutes, we should say. Daly Cherry Evans not showing much seniority with that miss. And Sandon gets over. What's the comment here? Far out. What is wrong with us? What's wrong with you? You're just not playing as good as the Roosters. It's nothing to be ashamed of. There's just, I don't think your teams, looking at the two team lists, I'm not going to lie, I think Roosters just have a better team. Legend. I also just think that the Roosters have played the better footy right now. They've made the least errors. Errors galore when it comes to your penalty count, though you could argue maybe the referee's looking for hasn't spotted some Rooster things, but your penalty count, the way your lines opened up, that's the big thing I've seen with your tries that you've conceded today. My concern hasn't been that you've even conceded 20 points. My concern is that almost all the tries have been huge line breaks in the defence from you guys. It'd be different if they pushed past your players through them and broke through just barely on the line, but they're very clearly run. And they've run like 10, 20 metres a lot of the time. It's not good enough from you guys. Not if you want to be in a preliminary final or even a grand final. And this, honestly, with how this game's going, I would probably rather the Roosters make the prelim in the sense of I think they will give us a better game versus the Storm than Manly will based on this right now, legends. If this is what they're considering the Roosters, I can only imagine against a Storm what will happen, especially at Amy Park, which isn't exactly a great place to go when you're an away team. It's actually quite terrifying. 20-0 right now, though. Roosters, they want more, man. They want more. They're still going. And, interception here from Manly. Ben Trebojevic collects. Burbo goes down to the ground there. Get him off to the curve, though. And now it's Cherry. Daly Cherry Evans. No one popping his cherries today. He goes past the 40. Kept down there, legends. Keeping Manly on a tight leash, the Sydney Roosters. Easy stuff from them. Looks almost effortless. Luke Brooks then over to the 20. A good pass. So Tilly Tupanua will keep him back. And then Jake Trbojevic will make the play to Cherry. Cherry to Turbo to Luke Brooks. Luke Brooks, can he make the difference? If anyone can, it's Brooks. Crocodile and Cherry on the fourth. It's a kick. And Olakau'atu, Manly will finally score in this game, legends. The referee doesn't question it. The second rower's got to try. And they actually have already done better than the Cowboys. 20-6, legends. Manly hit back with a try of their own. Closer than we thought.
They needed it.
Yeah, they needed it. They needed it. If they conceded next, I think it was over. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that'll cut the Roosters' confidence a little. Yeah. The Roosters, they've just... seems like they've been playing with this we can do anything kind of thought process. And Manly are looking to try and shut it down here. Too easy. No Roosters really on him. And Olakau'atu will just ground pound it down. He can't celebrate too hard as there's plenty of work to do to come back in this one. But they bagged themselves an optimistic 4 points with a kick to come. Thank God for that. Exactly, Joshua. Thank God for that. We didn't want another boring semi, did we, legends? Remember, whoever loses this one, season over. I expect good things. I expect big things from both these teams. Manly, what on earth was that? Ruben Garrick, I will no longer barrack for you. What on earth? And we have hit halftime here at Allianz. I forgot the stadium for a second. At Allianz Stadium. I've been to the stadium so many times. How did I forget it? The Sydney Roosters are currently triumphant over the Manly Warringah Seagulls, 20-4, folks. The Roosters, while they've had the better half overall, Manly still got the last laugh. And if last game from last night was anything to show us of what could happen in this one, nothing's won yet. The Roosters will have to repeat their heroics in the second half if they want to get the biscuit. Can't just buy the packet from the store and not open it. Not if you want the goodies inside. Anyways, legends, time for the TJC Sports Update Show. With your host, drumroll, TJC Sports. What a shocker. Ta-da! Welcome to this day and your vlog tomorrow. Yes, Jinx Dogs, the vlog tomorrow. You know what? We're at halftime script. Tomorrow we have the NRLW first vlog on the channel. It'll probably not be uploaded tomorrow. I'll probably upload the next day, but I'll do my best. The Parramatta Eels girls take on the Sydney Roosters girls at CommBank Stadium. Good to go home and enjoy it, legends. I'm keen for it. Tweak it today. No, I'm not, legend. No, I'm just enjoying rugby league, legends. I'm not tweaking. Disagree with that. Halftime show. Yes, it is, Chris Sharp. Man, oh man. You know what? You wouldn't have even been able to tell some of those players were backups from the Roosters. I mean, Sandon Smith, who's been in like their couple year. Ridiculous stuff. Brilliant from him for the Sydney Roosters, legends. Bring it on tomorrow, says Jason Reader. Bring it on, Jason, mate. May the best team win. Up the Eels. Let's make it happen, legends. Let's make it happen. I'm just enjoying myself, legends. I'm just enjoying rugby league. Bring it on. Settings. Yep, I'm going to need that. Click, click, click. Click, click, click. I say click, click, click to indicate that I'm doing stuff. 40 votes on the poll. Nice. 57% of you have gone with the Sydney Roosters to be victorious here. And right now, you're being proven correct, legends, with 43% of you going with the Manly Warringah Seagulls here. Well, if any of you want to be correct with Manly, you're going to have to cross your fingers and hope for a miracle in the second half. Personally, for me, I'm very, very confident Roosters are in to the prelim. But, you know, I'm also a firm believer in you can't play for 40. You've got to do it for 80. And so often, especially after watching Paris sometimes, even this season alone, I genuinely can't say that I can guarantee a victory for him. What a game. What a game indeed, legend. Yeah, let's just... Good to hear, SSTO fan. Good for you, bud. Best of luck. Your Storm play next week against one of these teams. Hopefully hopefully the Storm give us a good game. I reckon they will, but you know, you never know. You never know. Maybe, just maybe, the Roosters will just smash it. Unlikely. I don't believe it. I think the Storm will win well, but who knows, right, legends? Who knows? Click. All right. Enough distractions. Let's get back on with talking to each other. I'm watching Nessa still for yep. First time was so guys. I had to do it twice. That's the kind of semi-final it is, legend. So nice. You had to do it twice. Come on, Roosters, bring it home. Exactly, legend. Got to bring it home, mates. I want Roosters versus Storm and Storm win. I don't want Storm to win because I just can't. I can't like them. 09. They still celebrate it. It was stripped from you. It's impossible. Impossible to like them. I want Roosters, but hey, Storm will probably win. Forget personal feelings, I agree. I'm really just going for Cherry and Big Ola. Oh, mate. Cherry and Big Ola are some of the better players for Manly. I also really like the Turbo, Burbo, Gerbo, the brothers, the trio. Awesome legends. Awesome. Yeah, we don't like thinking about 09 legend. We don't, do we? We will win against the team who wins tonight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you will too, legend. I'm pretty sure, but I would welcome an upset. You probably wouldn't, supporting your team, but I'd welcome a surprise. I want my revenge against the Storm. You want the vengeance. Well, there was a time earlier in the year where you can argue that Storm should have lost to Roosters, so would be a bit of vengeance, wouldn't it, for you to bounce back and get the biscuits. I still can't believe it. Again, with a 20-point score. How does it happen? In fact, you know, it's 24. Technically, we've had another 24-point half. It just hasn't been exactly the same look because Manly got a try. Technically, we've had 24 points in one. Ridiculous, though. Which has to be made. Has to be made. Of course, Anthony Seibold Joshua for the Manly Warringah Seagulls wouldn't be happy. Former Brisbane Bronco and South Sydney Rabbitoh coach. He hasn't had the best of luck with his coaching pedigree, but at Manly, he's definitely had some of his better successes. You know, poor Anthony Seibold, though, this is not one of those impressive performances for him. I can imagine that robotic voice he kind of has just go ridiculous. This is not good enough at the Manly Warringah Seagulls. Hopefully, he does a bit of a halftime chat like whatever the Cowboys coach did, because that was ridiculous the way they wanted to play in the second half. And if the score stays how it is, then if they scored the points, the Cowboys, Roosters only win by, if it went the same way, 4 points. So they'll hope for it, legends. Just a little bit of a nick, get a little bit better than them and pull off the miracle. Want to try Sandon by in his fourth game? Oh, Sandon Smith's try was the best of all night. You could argue James Tedesco had a very good one, but, you know, with the lack of NRL time that Sandon Smith's gotten, brilliant stuff. I do think, though, that Sandon Smith is actually a really good halfback. He's just unlucky enough that he's in a team where he's not going to be able to break through while Sam Walker is there, legends. As long as Sam Walker's there, it's hard to imagine a one where Sandon Smith gets first crack. Maybe with Luke Keary gone, Sandon Smith can get the run, but, you know, Chad Townsend's also coming in for the chase, and we all know Chaddy's just the absolute greatest. Chad Townsend for the half, legend. Good fight there. I reckon Sandon gets it, and Chad's there for, like, experience in the team, you know. Like, Chad, he might be 18th man or something. Someone needs to pull off a miracle, yeah. Sharks won the game, a great game. Yes, they did, Harley, and they won it well. The second half, Cowboys won, but the first half and the overall game, Sharkies won. If I'm the Sharks coach, though, I'm not happy that they only scored 2 points in the second half after so many in the first. Not good enough if you want to go to next week and beat the Penrith Panthers. Sharks are going to have to play their best game in like 8 years. Legend. They're going to have to play their best game in like 8 years if they want a chance at beating the Panthers next week, the Cronulla Sharks. That is, in fact, they're going to have to play better, all right? I reckon they're going to have to play better than 2016. They're going to have to play their best in nearly a decade, the Cronulla Sharks, legend, to beat Panthers. They need to be on their A game. They're not going to be at home. They're gonna have the crowd, the plague, the experience. It's all on Panther side. It's going to be a tough week next week if you can't sort your stuff out and play your best game. But, hey, congratulations to the Sharks on their win last night, and I would find it so hilarious if the Sharks got through and Panthers were knocked out. You know, put them down to earth, legends. Walker, 6, Chad Townsend, 7. You reckon put Chatty in the starting lineup? I still don't know if Chatty's a starter for a team like the Roosters, but hey, who knows, right? Maybe playing in a really top-notch team, he'll do better. He didn't do much at the Cowboys in the final year. In fact, in the final 2 years, really, he wasn't a big favourite of the Cowboys fans to watch. Maybe he could get a bit of redemption at the Roosters. Yeah, Sam Walker is out for the season as a Storm fan. That's true. As I said earlier in the stream, I use StreamYard, legend. I used to use OBS, which had a little black box I used for text. But I feel like this is a lot more entertaining, this background and everything. So now we use StreamYard as of a decent few, I think it was like 10, 12 kind of ish rounds into this season that we popped off and started using StreamYard. Though you do have to pay if you don't want to have the watermark, which I do. Flurry says, hey, what? Tyler popped in. Go Lions. Go, legend. Let's go, the Lions. Hey, welcome to the stream, Flurry. Great to have you here. I don't know whether you've been watching this game, but Sydney Roosters, quite possibly the best, mate. Quite possibly the biased. Good on them, I say, legends. Are they legend, the touchline goots? Well, on TikTok, mate, Jenks Bulldogs. Good for them, I say. Good for them. Nothing's easier than just jumping on a live. Yeah, that's what you're talking about, TikTok. Don't use TikTok much. Who do you think is winning the grand final? Probably the Penrith Panthers, legend, mate. Probably Penrith Panthers. Also, actually, no, probably Melbourne Storm, actually, mate. Panthers second. It's between those two, legend, dude. It's between those two, the Panthers and the Storm. How to add a poll also. You want to add a poll, well, you go to your YouTube studio and you go to live streaming where your stream is set up, and then you click on a little plus sign and it tells you start poll or start Q&A, and you click start poll because Q&A is like tick and X and stuff and not really what I need. And yeah, there you go. Then you got a poll and you just type out what you got. Easy does it. Don't say it hard. I would never, legend. Would never. Yep, it's been watching footy all day. AFL, NRL, Union, sweet, legend. Nothing like some good footy to brighten up your boring, bland day, right? I want a 1985 performance from the Roosters. Come on, make it happen, legends. The 1985 performance. Alrighty. There we go. Hi, Flurry. Say no to riff. I forgot how much you hate the riff. Forgot how much you hate a riff. I honestly agree with you. I'm not a big fan of the riff either. They're very frustrating to deal with, but not everyone realizes that. Good on them. Good on the Penrith Panthers. They definitely are one of the better sides in the comp. They are the best, let's face it, of the last 4 years. There's a reason they are where they are, and they deserve to be where they are, but it doesn't mean I have to like them. Doesn't mean any of us away supporters have to enjoy them. Doesn't mean that I need to want them to win, because no, I don't. In fact, it is actually awful being a Para fan while Panthers are in such a dominant force, but you can't change it, so you live with it. Anyways, legends, second half is underway very, very soon, so get yourselves ready, get the popcorn out, and enjoy. Should be, hopefully, better. Please. Can't get worse, I would say, but Manly haven't shown me any reason it couldn't. Legend, I've got the game next week, Friday against Sharks. Oh, so you're going Panthers and the Sharkies. Well, what an upset that'll be if the Sharks won. Not going to happen, though, but still, would be brilliant. I'm not watching if they NRL can get. Then you just, mate, you're boycotting the grand final if Panthers are in it. I mean, they are a very tough team to watch, aren't they, when you don't support them, because they're just constantly so gosh darn good. I wouldn't blame you. I'm actually going to the grand final. That's why our final streams will actually be the preliminary final games. If you couldn't say Para, who would be your favourite team? I'll answer that in the second, Legends, but the second half has kicked off here, guys. The Sydney Roosters and the Manly Warringah Seagulls. Lachlan Croker going to Jake Trbojevic. Trbojevic held on the 20, Legend. If I had to choose a favourite team, I probably would have just supported the Bears, Legend, in the cup. Probably. I mean, if it had to be an NRL team, I'd probably be like Souths or something. But man, oh man, I can't say that I could love a team like I do Para. Probably couldn't. Not the same way, at least. It's just something that was meant to be, Legends. It was just meant to happen. Para and me. And speaking of what's meant to happen is the Manly Warringah Seagulls at a captain's challenge right here. Flurry says Titans. You wish, Flurry. You wish I could team up with Blaze in the front line. I already have popcorn and orange juice and water. You already got it all, Legend. Sounds like you're having a party. How do you get the stuff to stream? All right, here. As I said, I use StreamYard, Legend, and everything that's here is from StreamYard. It's all options. As for the background, I create that with my thumbnail maker called Fonto. That's all, Legend. That's all comes to it. Takes me about 30 minutes, but then the stream's set up and I'm good. That's how it works, brah. Good on ya. Good on ya. Oh, referee here. Looks like he's calling all the boys. Yeah, the boys. We're going for a scrub here. What is it? Well, no one uses their foot. What is Brandy on about? I ask myself that question every single game that he's talking, Legend. What is he on about? I don't think we will ever know. I think it's his world and we're all just living in it, trying to figure it out, Legend. It's all so confusing. awkward. You can't have a full answer. Joey Martin running through the Sydney Roosters. Joey Martin caught 15 out now, legends. Connor Watson now over to the left. Luke Keary backwards through the middle here. Terrell May kept out by the Bellary Seagulls defence. 3 players it took to get him down on the ground here. We got Connor Watson looking both ways like he's crossing a road here. He takes the green light over to Luke Keary. Luke Keary to Angus Crichton to James Tedesco and down the wing. Roosters highest ever try scorer, Daniel Tupou, scores. And I don't think for some reason this game is going to end up like the Sharks Cowboys in that second half. The Roosters keep themselves on the high, and there you go. They say bye-bye. 24-4. With a kick to come now. Sydney Roosters on top of them all, legends. Holy, you little beauty. And every time this man scores, I get so frustrated. Should be a Parramatta player. Instead, Roosters pick him up from our holding gap and he flies on over and becomes their best try scorer. Story of an Eels fan's life. Bye-bye, Manly. And hello, Chookies. The Chook pen, I can only imagine, is going wild right now at this stadium. Daniel Tupou, 163 tries. To put that in perspective, the next up in Roosters all time is Anthony Minichiello with 139. It wouldn't shock me if he hit 200, honestly, by the end next year when it's his final season for the team. Would not shock me, legend. Straight up. Chook Pad going crazy. It's my boy AD in this crowd. Yeah, boy. Cock-a-doodle-doo. He should be a basketball player. He should be, with the height he's got. Should be. They take the kick. It scoops through the hoops. And we got a goal. 26-4, a 22-point lead now. Surely Manly have to see what's happening now. You wouldn't think that this changes. Looks like the Sydney Roosters are going to the prelim. We still have plenty of time in the second half. But it would be an absolute choke if it didn't end up being a Roosters and Storm preliminary next week. Sydney Roosters now push out to 15 metres out of their line there and held down. Short run there, Dom Young then. Dom Young trying to push on forward here, gets to about 15 out from his end here. Manly turning into Roosters suddenly. Can you blame them though? 22 points. If I was a Manly fan, I'd be saying about damn time you switched on. LA now puts him back down, held back. Angus Crichton now. Angus Crichton down the wing here. And then it's Connor Watson. Connor Watson here and a kick in the air over to the right. And held there by Manly. Manly are rushing forward now. Melbourne. So wait, looking at it, which game would be played first, legends? Would it be the Sharks and the Panthers and Sharks that gets played first? Because then that would mean that Storm and Roosters should be our final stream of the year, legends, when it comes to the NRL content, which is quite huge, actually, with how many streams you end up doing throughout the year when you go from pre-season to now. Manly now down the wing on the right side here, looking to go about. Luke Keary and Joseph Sumaliti work well, though, to take him down. We then have a kick in the air here. It goes over to the right. Tedesco's looking for it. Tedesco collects it well. He tries to push off like, hey, hop away, but in the end he couldn't do it. Lee Hopewadi, man. How many times am I going to have to see Hopewadi? There's been 6 different Hopewadis jump through. Like, gosh darn it. Stop calling your kids Hopewadi as their last name, people. Take the other name, please. Please, I'm done saying Hopewadi in my life. James Tedesco there. Most meters today, 144. That's a truly good stat to be proud of right now as we hit so early, only our first 5 minutes of the second half. Satili Tupanua there here. And Satili Tupanua goes forward. Satili Tupanua held down. We got a kick in the air from the Roosters over to the right. Pushing for an error. They won't get it. Okay, and held on a rock off. All good, legend. Let's go, Melbourne. You know I can't physically say that as a meaningful thing, legend, but good for you. Let's go. Best of luck, all right? Keen for next week. Hope you enjoyed your stay, Flurry. Let's go. See ya. All right, Sydney Roosters here. Keeping Bailey down. 45 out here. We go LIA back to the middle here. He's running his board. Speaking of board, Para fans have complained about there's a lot this year. Cherry Evans. Luke Brooks looks for the dummy here. Luke Brooks caught out in it, legends, and Luke Brooks is held down there. Luke Brooks, and we got a kick, and it's Roosters backwards, they're going to say, and it ends up in the hands of James Tedesco. Jake Trebojevic is not happy at all, though, appealing to the ref to no end for something, but nothing comes of it here. And the Sydney Roosters get to carry on with their own plays. Roosters here. Joey Manu jumping around, legends. You go right, I go left, he says. And then it's Satili Tupanua. Would run through brick walls for his club. Landing on the ground there. Watson. Terrell May. Terrell May around here. Last of the Mays. Tyrone and Taylor out of the NRL now for controversial reason in particular with Taylor. That's not YouTube friendly, but still. And Roosters with the quick pressure here. Cherry Evans. The giraffe, folks. The long-necked giraffe gets it over to Talau. And Talau's held. Luke Brooks then. Dummies! Luke Brooks to go! Luke Brooks to go! 35 out. Background. Cherry. Talau. Talau, they're just about going to get to the halfway line here and be held. And then on the 4th, are they going to kick it or just hope for a brilliant run? They're going to look for a brilliant run here. Olakawatu over to Garrick, and it's out of play there. The Sydney Roosters with preliminary finals level defence. And that is how you do it. I can almost hear the Roosters players shouting. Olakawatu, he can score tries, but he can't pass to people called Ruben Garrick. And the Chook Pen let it out their passion on the Manly fans in the crowd. Great stuff here. Spencer and you held. We've got Ruben Garrick tackling with help from Croker there, who won't croak this one. Watson to Kiri. Kiri to Suoliti. Joseph Suoliti around here. Back over. Is it off Manly? Is that off Manly? Connor Watson? No, I think it's an error from the Roosters. Sandon Smith's not happy. Sandon Smith's talking to his captain, asking for a challenge. And no, nothing with that. He's not happy with it. He's not happy with that. Well, I don't even know if that was really played out, to be honest. I think Tommy turned. No, it is played out. It's knock on. Well, it hits his head, though. That's the... Nah, you can't really do much with that, legends. And we're going to have to see a scrub here. Sucks that. You know, it's funny. Some of these plays would have been so okay in the 90s. And mistake Manly, Connor Watson with the ball here. And the referee is going to step in and say that you can't do that. It's actually going to be a penalty against Manly here. Okay. Didn't see that coming, but there we go. Penalty against Manly. Luke Keary with the ball. This could be deadly. Scary stuff. I nearly went against my demographic. Sheesh. Keary passes to Terrell May. Terrell May bashes through here, and Jake Trbojevic gets him down. Now 12 metres out here, Connor Watson passes to the right here. Sandon Smith to Satili Tupanua. Satili Tupanua gets past the halfway line now and is held back on down here. Connor Watson then to Luke Keary. Luke Keary to Tedesco. Tedesco, Angus Crichton for the line! Oh my goodness me, did he get there? That was so close! How? How do you not? He was ridiculously close. Oh! Molecules. Particles in the air away. But in the end, he doesn't quite get there, legends. And we're going to have to deal with the fact that it's a... drum roll, please. No try. What you gonna get here, bro? This is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous, man. Oh! No, you can't. I don't think there's an available angle that's gonna give this. Oh, short. I think it's short. I don't think you can. No, you can't reasonably disallow. Nah, you gotta say no try there, legends. Can't be given it. Cherry Evans talking to the ref. Yeah, Cherry's not happy with the referee. Spoiler alert. But then again, what captain that's losing 26-24 is happy with the referee? None. It could have been the most perfectly reffed game, and he's going, what the heck, legends? What the heck? The Roosters just look puffed at this point, legends. But, you know, I think it's because it's just been... They came here ready for a really high, intense game, and they've walked away with more than they bargained for. And not in the bad way, for once. Sydney Roosters, while it's not necessarily been the greatest year of all time for them in terms of what they always expect, it's been a great year in terms of what many clubs fans would literally, I think, unalive for. It's ridiculous. Roosters, they're choosing to take the kick, legends. They're not going to back themselves with a 30 here. Come on, guys. You're up 26-4. How are you not backing yourselves for the try? How? It's all about the confidence, the mentality. Don't you want to beat the Storm? Don't you want to beat the Storm? Joseph Suaalii now. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. He takes the backs, and he's got it! And the crowd screams so loud you can hear it down to next door's flat. Bravo. Sydney Roosters 28, Manly 4, and sadly I think the Cowboys put up a better fight. Such a shame on the GOAT Luke Brooks, though, carrying them. No, it's just the games will be such one-sided next week, bro. Both Storm and Panthers are specials. Storm and Panthers are going to win good next week. Like, people don't get this, right? Just because I don't want to completely rule them out does not mean that I don't think it's going to be smashings next week for our final two streams. I do think it's going to be ugly. I think it's going to be very, very ugly. I think it's going to be terrible to look at. But, well, I also think that, you know, what can you do? Don't completely rule them out. Have a little bit of hope, I say. Little bit of hope. Sometimes you just gotta believe. Sometimes you just gotta believe. Legends. 54 minutes in. Way to outdate me, clock here. Luke Keary clicks it in the air here. So I would say this is the worst finals season history. I can see it now. I don't want to call it the worst in terms of like, honestly, it is a very boring one, but like, you know, it's hard to say the worst when there's been so many, but it is definitely up there as one of the most predictable, 100% legend, and especially that prelim. It's going to be so boring, that prelim. I can see it happening now too, Nards. But the fans are allowed to hope their teams upset legends. You never know. Maybe. Maybe they manage it. Miracles, legends. Miracles. Absolute heroics at their finest. Matt Lodge here. Is anybody shocked that he's gotten into a little bit of a doo-doo here? Mr. Former Rooster. Mr. I'm going to bash him up. Alright, so now Roosters feeding the scrub on the 30 here. Luke Keary over to Desco, Tupou, and they get a little bit too itchy of a trigger finger there, and almost goes out of play, but Tupou manages to collect just about there. Now on the 30 here, they're staring down the barrel of the weapon as Victor the Inflictor inflicts, or actually gets inflicted with damage. Butcher. We then go through to the middle here. Held back. Connor Watson. Watson to Sandon Smith. Sandon Smith back to Joey Manu. Joey Manu then around here, fending them all off here. Joseph Manu almost around here. Passes back to Satili Tupanua. Back to Connor Watson. Over to Desco. James Tedesco! They score again! They can't be stopped! The Sydney Roosters hit 32 points! Just pack your bags and go back to Manly at this point. This is ugly. This is just sad. This is not finals footy. This is just embarrassing. This makes me wish, based on how the season games went, that the Bulldogs did beat Manly. Because Bulldogs, at least, in their games against Roosters, only lost 1-12. I think that the worst team has made it against the Roosters. I don't think the Manly are as good, but they've gotten here, and look what's happened. This is why you don't want to get too far than what your level is. It just gets ugly by that point, legends, and I'm worried that both these teams are going to get a rude awakening next week when they take on the Storm. Though, you know what? I will say this. I give the Roosters a better chance against the Storm than I do Cronulla against Panthers. I'll say that. That doesn't mean a huge chance, but it means that it's a bigger chance. Just make it stop, says Dario Fox. I'm so sorry, legend, but you know what? We've got over 20 minutes left in this game. 20 more minutes. If I'm a Manly fan, I need an ambulance. This is talent. That's all it is. That's what it's become. It's not even about how they're playing now, which it was at first. It is pure and utter talent. They are playing for the 80, and they are doing it in a grand old fashion. Honestly, they could probably switch off after 70 and still win at this rate. Then again, parachute against the Dragons, that can be really deadly to do still. If you don't tackle them at all. Bro, watching that again, though, they just refused to get tackled. It was Manu to Tupanua to Watson to Desco, and that's just, oh my God. How do you not tackle him? And where was that Rooster going? One of them there just dived like 10 meters forward. You see that? What was he doing? This is just getting sad. I think they could hit 40. Oh, this is just... This would be heartbreaking of your like, but you know what? I'm not Manly. In fact, I'm quite the opposite of a Manly fan, and I don't mind. Luke Brooks, Matt Lodge cops Sandon Smith high. Yeah, definitely. Do I think Sandon Smith should have been hurt much by that? No, but the hand touches the chin, and we all know that's a high tackle. It's kind of funny though, the things that the kind of hits that are legal in rugby league versus the hits that aren't because of the part of the body they're hitting. It's kind of interesting like that. Doing all this to get thumped by Melbourne. Connor Watson now to Nat Butcher. Maybe he's giving the Roosters fans hope that they will put on a game next week. Watson hits it in the air. Over to the left now. It's collected by Manly. Lehi Hopawati collects. Lehi Hopawati runs. Enjoy it while it lasts, Roosters fans. This is brilliant from you. Nobody can question that you deserve it too. Burbo now. Caught on the ground. Satili Tupanua and Joey Manu working in tow. Luke Brooks with the pass now. And Luke Brooks gets it long here. Corn held on the 30. Manly Warringah Seagulls. Matt Lodge. Arms out. Big bear hug coming from Terrell May there. Tommy Turbo then. Oh my goodness, he breaks through them all. Tom Trebojevic. And he's going to wish that he was playing for the right team right now. Luke Brooks around. No, not Luke Brooks. Daly Cherry Evans. That's how good Luke Brooks is. I think every half's Brooks. And oh, what was that? Did he get it? He got it. It was a juggle. It was awkward. It wasn't pretty. But he still got it. You don't have to look the stuff to get the job done.
It's the motto of my life, mate.
He hits it, and then he catches it on his way down.
Is there no greater feeling than a Manly loss?
Hey.
What is that? What?
Why are you swearing in the background of my stream?
Sorry.
I could get demonetized for that.
You're not getting monetized.
No, but I mean, like, I could get...
Sorry, I'm going.
Yeah. This is why she's not allowed in the background. By the way, I think that's his missus' mum.
That's why I see quiet, because every second word's the F word.
Yeah, exactly.
I found out myself.
All right, there we go. And it's a try for Manly. Tommy Talau scores. It also doesn't help that it's Manly and she's much more prone to insult Manly. She doesn't like Manly one bit.
No.
You know, like, people think I'm mean to Manly.
No.
It's like, no, if anything, based on my household and my raising, I'm nice to Manly fans by allowing myself to have a conversation with them. Like, they should feel blessed. Yep, try confirmed legend. There you go. There you have it. And whoa. Now, from the sideline here, since when does the away team get their cheerleaders and stuff at the game? Since when? Since when is that a thing? Like, that's not, you don't see the Penrith gals in Cronulla. That's all I'm going to say. In fact, I think there's reason for that. Doubt I'd see them hanging in Kingswood. And yeah, try confirmed. They even back the kick, so it's 34-10 now, legends. Big bada boom. Only a 24-point difference. They got this. Manly now running in. Nathan Brown takes the hit. We have 19 minutes to go in this game. I think it's pretty much over, but good on Manly. I hope Melbourne smash the Roosters next week, stupid chickens. No KFC tonight. Tonight, the KFC eats you. Where there is cherry, where there's cherry, there's hope. Dang right, legend. Just look at Queensland most years. Forget this year. Manly just can't believe themselves right now. It's another mistake from them. Connor Watson definitely put a bit of an arm into it, but how much of that was him putting it there and how much of it was just him tackling? Arms touch. You have to be able to hold the ball, legend. You got to have that firm grip. It doesn't really matter. So there we go. Legends. Alrighty, on the 20 now. Kiri. Back to Joseph Suaalii. Joseph Suaalii then, and Suaalii held. Watson. Sandon Smith back to Lindsay Collins here. And Lindsay Collins getting held now. Connor Watson. We got to play now. Sandon Smith. Dummies. If I sit another try from the Roosters, it's better attendance, better gameplay. This is how you do it. Terrell, mate. Pushing off. Oh, come on, Terrell. Offload. Offload, mate. Muppet. Watson. Dummies. And tries to run it himself on fourth tackle, but he couldn't get there in the end, legends. And now on the final tackle here, the Roosters. Sandon Smith. Kicks low. Oh, and it lands in the hands of Luke Brooks. Luke Brooks runs. Luke Brooks held. Then we got Jake Trbojevic. Quick run, quick speed, quick push, and put on his tush. Ben Trbojevic. JWH currently on the sideline, legends. Not his last game. There was a bit of a worry it could be with the fact that, you know, they could have gotten knocked out by Manly, but not meant to be. And Cherry Evans, who said he gets the last laugh last week, will not be getting it tonight. If anything, he'll get the last cry. Ruben Garrick. Losing meters for his side there. The Sydney Roosters are showing no mercy to Manly in these last bits. And then Olakau'atu runs in here. Olakau'atu then. Olakau'atu. We got the Manly Warringah Seagulls held. Don't forget, legends, obviously, if you're enjoying the stream, to hit that like button, share around, and subscribe as we enter our final moments here. Got about 16 minutes to go, legends. Crocodile. To Lodge. To Luke Brooks. Matt Lodge here. You might want to lodge another return after this. Jake Trbojevic. Turbo. Past the 20 here. And held back. Cherry Evans. Over to Brooks. The halves linking up. They did a great try against Bulldogs the other weekend. They're collected by Terrell May. There's no May, though, about that. He gets it. Nafua White now. Honestly, I'm just, we know the winner of those games, so it's just about seeing if the Roosters can put more on them by the end of this, legends. The result's pretty obvious now at this point, ain't it, guys? I think we all know it. Joseph Suaalii here. Round the left wing here and held it back there. Legends. Jaria Hargreaves. We then have Connor Watson. On the right. JWH rushes forward here. And JWH is held back. Then Watson. Kiri. Around here, Tedesco, James Tedesco, through everybody, James Tedesco, he chips, he kicks, and Dom Young for the collection. No, he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it, legends. It wasn't meant to be. The chase was on, but he just did not have the pace. And that's the end of that case. Watch it again, though. Angus Crichton, once he gets to Tedesco and Jake Trbojevic misses, none of the other players seem to even want to be bothered to chase him now, except for the far back ones, and then they pass a kick. I'd be so frustrated as a Manly fan watching this game. This would just be like fair dinkum to look at. Fair dinkum, man. Tommy Turbo there, less than impressed with this result. Honestly, I'm less than impressed too, Tommy, don't you worry. Sydney Roosters, they are on their way to a prelim. At this point, we can say it, I reckon. 34-10, on their way. It's going to be brilliant. Unless somehow in the next 10 minutes they're going to say Roosters are ruled out of the comp. They've done it. It's all about can Manly make it less embarrassing and finish off their season well. That's the big question coming up on the channel, Legends, as we react right now. The skipper here lining himself up. They're going to take the 2 off of a penalty, the Sydney Roosters. Oh, this is getting. It's getting. Where there's Cherry, there's Hope, and where there's Sandon, there's a nope for Manly and a goal of points. 34 to become 36. Sandon Smith, the backup to Walker. What will he do? Can he say walk along, Legends? We all have said it before. Walker's on. It's time for Sandon's on. Sandon? Sandon's on! Sandon's on, Legends! Goal! 36-10. Manly are falling apart. It is a 26-point difference. This is done. The hearts of every travelling Manly fan have just sunk to the deep shores beneath. Penrith Panthers versus Cronulla and Sydney Roosters and Storm are the preliminary finals next week. We just have to play out the final minutes. And I don't think anybody can reasonably say that Manly deserved anything more from this game. And that was it was hit in the air, arguably, there, Legends. But okay, they're going to carry on. Doesn't really impact the game. Dom Young here. Past the 30, no, he'll get tackled on the 30, Legends there. Put to the ground. We then have Connor Watson going over to Nafua White here. And Nafua White will get held down there, Legends. Nafua White on the ground now. Good short pass there. Sydney Roosters are just going. If Roosters can hit 40, then, God, it's one of the worst finals I have ever streamed in terms of one-sidedness. Far kick in the air here, because remember, I didn't stream the 22 grand final Para Panthers. I went to that one. I had to deal with that poor show live. Without a camera. Luckily. Though I had a small bit of a camera for the, technically, because my phone for the vlog, but a little bit different, Legends. A little bit different. Not quite the same thing. You know, live streams don't need editing. Live streams just need to click the camera and then turn it off. It's very simple stuff. Very easy does it. Roosters get it off of... This is also a bit of a Nathan Brown Cup. He's also a former Rooster. They clear it in the air over to the right here. 25 out, it bounces out of play. Luke Brooks patting him on the back. Honestly, making it to finals week 2. Should be impressed with himself. Going from no finals for like a decade of his career to doing that. It's a great start to life in the Northern Beaches. You're going to... Not turning up 2 weeks in a row, it's just not good enough. Just not good enough when you're playing finals, Legends. I feel extremely not as a supporter, as a rugby league fan. I feel let down by Manly. Yeah, as a rugby league fan, I feel like what the heck, guys? This is just sad. This is just what on earth am I watching? Sydney Roosters fans, get celebrating. Roosters on their way through again here, and the referee will stop the play. Boring. 10 minutes to go now, officially, Legends. Jesus Christ, the last 4 minutes have been the longest 4 minutes of my life. And we have a captain's challenge here coming up, folks. Playing a ball. Let's watch it. Angus identity collects. It's hit out by Cherry, in my opinion. No, they're going to say unsuccessful. All right. He could also knock it into Cherry, which I think is what they're going to go with. Knock on. All right, Legends. So it probably won't be Roosters ball here. Probably. I say probably because you never know. You never know. There could be a mistake. Just here we go in the coaching box there. Trent Robinson talking to former Gold Coast Titans coach Justin Holbrook. Manly go over to the right here. It's a good pass over to Lodge there, but Lodge couldn't lodge anything and gets held back there. Really did beat Storm 40-0 in the 2008 Grand Final. Some comfort in history, I guess. I guess that's some comfort, Nards, but still, I gotta say that, you know, this is probably my least favorite finals game in terms of equality that I've live streamed to, you know, probably, most likely. 36-10, Manly get a penalty now. They're going to take it. They're going to land on the 40 now and get going. Round here, 35 out there, pushes. Can they do it? Going forward. Dead silence. Manly. Again with the mistake. They are just destined, aren't they, Legends, for mistakes. Manly Warringah Seagulls. Manly Warringah Mistakes. That's their new name, Legends. Errors galore. Error. If there can be a mistake, these Legends will do it. All right, they will. Well, if it's possible, then they've done it. If you can do it, I can do it better. That's kind of how they're playing Legend with that. And Dom Young does his best Manly impression and knocks the ball on here. Let's carry on. It's coming for them. Pushing to the 10 here. Manly Warringah Seagulls. Can they get the last laugh, guys? Last try wins. Last try wins. Last try wins, Legends. Ruben Garrick around. Ruben Garrick here. Ruben Garrick. Back over. Cherry. Last try wins. Nathan Brown. Luke Brooks. To Ben Trebojevic. Last try wins. Last try wins. He's running back like there's a hope. Like there's a hope. Yeah, you can see it. He's running back like he's like, please. It's not happening. It's not happening. Look at that clock. It's done.
No.
It's done. All right. But Ben Trebojevic, born number 3 and probably rated in terms of quality number 3 of the Trebojevic brothers. And who else but Luke Brooks, the GOAT, with the assist? Forget about the try. It was Luke Brooks' pass that made that all happen, and the Roosters shed a slight cry. Right from the side here, and he scoops it in. There you go. Beautiful there from Manly. 16-36. 20-point difference. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, Legend. They're destroying them. 20-point difference. They laugh at the 20-point difference and keep going. They laugh at it. We're not done, Legends. It's not over. It's not over till 80. Not over till 80, legends. Never over till 80. JWH on the field, legends, barking at his team. Think he was a bulldog. Angus Crichton, he lost the hair but gained the talent this season. Good far kick there at kickoff, and it ends up in the hands of Luke Brooks, passing it to Tanila Paseka here. Paseka only takes a second to run through and get held. JWH getting off him quickly here. JWH, what a first tackle, by the way, in this half. I think that was just a sign of things to come from Manly in this game. When one tackle, he took out one of their players. It was crazy. And it wasn't even he was being tackled. That's the funniest part about it. He was being tackled and he took them out. He didn't even need to be doing the force. It was all about them coming at him that really changed it all, legends. Went back at it. Nathan Brown on the 40. We've almost got 5 minutes left. And knock on Daly Cherry Evans. And they're not going to let play on, but Cherry Evans with the mistake, legends. And that's so out of character for a player that really, as one of the most senior, has been a top leader for Manly throughout his career for them. Usually these high pressure moments are where he shines, but I guess with the no hope of it all, sometimes your brain just snaps. Play a little early, play a little wrong, puts you down. You got this being displayed all across the Allianz sides. I think Manly fans and players would disagree with you, Allianz, but maybe Roosters. Alrighty, legends. On to the 40 here. Good rush in. Daniel Tupou there. And Daniel Tupou is held. We then go to the 30. Lindsay Collins now, Queenslander through and through there. And Lindsay Collins is held by Nathan Brown. Watson to Keary to Jared Rea-Hargreaves there. And he offloads Connor Watson. They've got nothing to worry about now, so they're going to do every pass they can in the book. And Watson is held there 10 metres away here. Luke Keary back to JWH. Will somebody be scoring in their final game? Maybe that's what they want, legends. Watson to Crichton, and Angus Crichton pushed away. Cherry looked up as if he wanted something out of it, and the referee hasn't done anything here. Nafua White, Luke Keary on 5th tackle, kicks to the right. Joey Manu collects and generously offloads to Dom Young here for a try. He could have easily got over there, but shows a bit of support for his teammate. Honestly, if I would have preferred him going over in his final game to score there. But I guess good on him. He didn't want the glory. Joseph Manu here, legends. Could have easily just rolled on over. But he just passes it. And Dom Young strolling through. 36 to 16 becomes 40. Disgusting for a finals game. Disgust me. The dirt under your boot right now. Even their colours look disgusting. Yeah. And before anybody says it to me as a Queensland fan, no, they're not the exact same kind of maroon. I prefer them already maroon. We'll say that. And Dom Young there, 20 tries this season for the Roosters, 63 in his career, 53 of which in the NRL would have come for the Newcastle Knights, his former team, before coming here this year. And to go from Newcastle Knights to a preliminary final, he'll be happy. Zayden Smith now from the sideline. Oh, he couldn't get that one, but it doesn't really matter in the end, legends. 40 to 16, I think. He won't be losing too much sleep over it. Once a knight, now a king, a Roosters. We were just talking about it, Dom Young, the former knight. And the Roosters fans, the Chook Pen, go wild here for the Roosters legends. Yeah, the boys, the Chook Pen there. My boy Ainsey and the Roosters. You can see him with the camera. And that's going to be one hell of a vlog. You know what? That's the hard thing, right? I hate vlogging just... Well, it's fun for smashings in a way because you're so comfortable and happy. But it's hard to keep people interested because you're just going, yes, the whole game. It gets to a point where you're just begging for the other team to do something so you can complain. All right, Sydney Roosters here, legends. A minute and a half left in this game. Can they get another? That would be just cherry on the icing. Around now to Connor Watson. Connor Watson goes. Bring on the Storm next week. Should be saying exactly, legend. Should be saying that next week. Bring them on. That Butcher. Back to Smith. Passes to Satili Tupanua. Entering our final minute of this game. Fifth tackle. Kicks it in the air. Roosters chasing and Tommy Turbo collects despite plenty of pressure on him. And I reckon Manly will get the last proper chance of this game. Unless they just want to play the clock and finish their season. Manly are in Eagles here. Ben Trebojevic. At least he can say he got a good try here. Big help there, legends. Tackled. Next week I'm tipping Storm. I would probably tip... I'll be tipping Storm. Spoiler, I'll probably tip Storm and Panthers, but you can always hope for miracles. Honestly, I think it would be the funniest thing known to man if it ended up being a Roosters Sharks grand final. If Panthers and Storm messed up. It won't happen, but that would be the funniest thing ever to watch. Nathan Brown now gets by his former team. The most notable moment I remember from Nathan Brown's Roosters career is when he got sent off. Anyways, legends, there you go. 80 minutes, done and dusted. The Sydney Roosters in Teddy's 250th go wild as they are off to a preliminary final, and that confirms our games for next week. The Penrith Panthers shall host the Cronulla Sharks in what will probably be a smashing. And then what could be another smashing but has a lot more hope behind it, we have the Melbourne Storm taking on the Sydney Roosters. Will we be screaming woo or cock-a-doodle-doo? We'll find out eventually. Anyways, congratulations, Roosters fans, and congratulations if anyone's watching from last night and you're a Sharkies fan. I'll see you all for next week's streams. Gonna be legendary. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed. Don't let the sponsor TBC Live, and I'll see you guys in the next one.